morning, everyone, and happy Saturday. My name is Callie, and this is another weekend of clarinets, cats, and coffee. Today, I thought that it would be a good opportunity to spend a little bit of time with bass clarinet. And the study that I just played for you is from the Magnani Intermediate Studies Book 1. And so I've shared this with patrons and channel members. Thank you guys for supporting my channel. I really appreciate it. So if you're not already a member or a patron or channel member, feel free to check out the perks below. I have links and all of that stuff. So thank you all for your support. Now, the main thing that I wanted to share in regards to bass clarinet is just how great of an impact learning this has had on my regular clarinet playing. And I used to hear my teacher say that skills are transferable, and as a young player, it was very difficult for me to really understand what all of that meant. And as a very tense young player, this thing really changed my life. So the very first number one thing that bass clarinet really taught me is how to be more relaxed. And it just won't work if you're tense, if you're constricting your throat at all, if you doing anything, it just will sound awful. And for a long time I thought I was so bad at bass clarinet that only special people could play this thing, and then I kept at it and learned that I just needed to chill out a little bit. So that's the first thing. The second big thing that bass clarinet taught me was how to breathe big, really deep, low, supported breaths, okay? And that brings me to my next point, which these things are related, but number 3, the big thing was keep the air moving. If we're not breathing big, if we don't keep the air moving, we're gonna get tense when we play, and the sound just isn't going to work. So the third big thing that I learned from playing bass clarinet was how to really keep my air moving. Now that brings me to my fourth point, which is all related to what I just said, and that is keeping the resonance of my sound forward, okay? So if your air is not moving forward, your sound is not going to really resonate through your instrument into the space that you're playing in, and you're gonna have a dead, muffled, possibly even just kind of uncontrolled sound, okay? So I imagine when I'm doing all of this deep breathing, focusing on keeping the air moving, I also really listen, and I make sure and I feel and I try to be mindful of what's happening in my face, and I just try to throw my sound forward, and everything just feels so much easier to play. Now, my last point is one huge impact that this has had on my clarinet playing, and that is stronger, more controlled fingers. These keys are big and they're a little bit more clunky, and some of them, the spring tension has to be quite strong in order for everything to cover correctly over the tone holes and not leak. And so I really had to up my game in finger strength with this thing. So when I've been practicing bass clarinet a lot, I can definitely tell the difference when I go back to regular clarinet. Now that's not without its issues. Everything here is a little bit looser, a little bit larger, so I do have to take a moment and recalibrate my embouchure a lot smaller and a little bit tighter for regular clarinet. But I think that that is a very small price to pay in order to be able to do all of these other things with air support and sound and resonance really well. So I hope you guys, if you are on the fence about bass clarinet and you're not really sure if you want to try it, I would really encourage you to give it a try. Go buy a mouthpiece, maybe ask a friend, or if you're at school, ask your band director if you can borrow the bass just to get an idea of all of these things that I've been talking about. Even if you don't make the switch permanently, it's a really great way to become mindful of your air, your breathing, and your sound and resonance. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, a good week next week, and as always, happy practicing.